Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp, and if you know anything about me, I'm not someone who shies away from mental health issues. It's something I talk about openly on my channel, my own personal battles with it, something I've been dealing with since I was 16 years old, and therapy has been a great way to help me through certain situations and really view things through a different lens and make my life so much better. But unfortunately, with men especially, there's a negative stigma around getting mental health therapy and going to a therapist and stuff like that. Well, BetterHelp really alleviates that sort of problem by allowing you therapy through the comfort of your own home. You basically fill out a questionnaire and then you're linked to one of over 30,000 therapists that can offer you therapy for a wide range of topics. And the best part is it can be done through voicemail, voice chat, video chat, messaging, whatever you're comfortable doing, they will accommodate you. Most people get linked up with a therapist within 48 hours, and if for whatever reason the vibe isn't good with you and your therapist, you could switch with the click of a button. You can schedule therapy sessions at any time that's convenient for you, so check out the link in the description box down below or go to betterhelp.com/RGT85 to get 10% off of your first therapy session. Help yourself, help out the channel, and a big thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, take care of yourself. We only got one life to live. You think I'm joking about being the king of Xbox YouTube? I'm not, because we are back with yet another Xbox related video, because obviously sometime this week we're getting a big presentation. Well, some people think it's going to be a big presentation talking about essentially the future of Xbox and the Xbox brand, which I've always thought a lot of people were kind of overhyping this. I'm still of the mindset that this is just going to be, you know, essentially a press release that's given out there. I don't see them like doing a big video presentation with pomp and circumstance and Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond on the stage singing Kumbaya, holding hands, trying to wipe away the tears of these diehard Xbox fans who are throwing away their systems and stuff like that. But at some point this week, a lot of people were hoping for today that there was going to be this at least announcement, I guess. And I've always said, if you've been following along, I've always said that I feel like some of this is being, you know, overhyped and over anticipated by a lot of people. Well, we have a little clue about an internal Microsoft meeting that happened according to a brand new report. So I want to talk about this and then once again just kind of go over what I think this presentation is indeed going to be. So Phil Spencer, obviously, he's on the hot seat with both Xbox employees and really, I feel, Microsoft employees as well. I feel like a lot of Microsoft was very hands-off with the Xbox, and that's why Phil and Sarah were essentially there to run the brand so that Microsoft can focus on things that they tend to focus on, not from the video game industry side of things. But when you start to see these numbers and all of this spending that Xbox is doing, a lot of people think that the writing is on the wall for Xbox, and not only Xbox as a brand as far as first party exclusive games are concerned, but more importantly on the hardware side of things. Well, we have some information from Shannon Liao in her weekly Substack article, did a new report within this newsletter that she has within the Substack industry thing, that Microsoft actually had a Tuesday meeting, as in Tuesday of last week, and Phil Spencer was there, and it was like an all-hands-on meeting, and this is what was talked about. According to Shannon, the company held an internal Tuesday town hall where Spencer told employees that there were no plans to stop making consoles and that Xboxes would continue to be a part of the strategy that involves multiple kinds of devices. Microsoft has, of course, yet to comment. So that's kind of one of the fears that a lot of people have had with this situation, is that Microsoft is going to go the way of Sega and that they're going to go as an all third-party publisher. And a lot of people are worried about that. Now, obviously, diehard PlayStation fans, they don't seem to care, at least the ones that are, you know, sucking the Phil Ryan or the Jim Ryan teat as he exits the company. But I think, you know, competition is good. Competition drives creativity. So I don't want to see Xbox leave the hardware industry. But more importantly, I don't know why this was even really a topic of conversation, especially if you've been following all of the information from the Microsoft Activision Blizzard situation, because we learned about a brand new Xbox Series X refresh probably coming sometime later on this year with the Brooklyn model. Of course, this is the model that is going to be $500. It has 2 terabytes instead of 1 terabyte. It looks like one of those Echo Home or Amazon Home things. Like, it looks like a cylinder tube, almost like you remember those bazooka tubes that people used to put in their cars to get extra bass? I remember my biological father had one of those for his weird techno music that I still listen to nowadays, or whatever the case may be. A lot of freestyle music. Noel. Shout outs to Noel. Silent morning, I wake up and you're not by my side. Anyways, but we know about this system. So was Microsoft just going to house this off? You know, we know about a new controller coming. Is Microsoft just going to be like, oh no, we're not doing that anymore? I understand plans change. I know things can change really at the drop of a hat with some companies, but I feel like Microsoft and the Xbox brand, like, there's a bit more decorum there. There's a bit more planning and stuff like that. So then that kind of leads people to believe, well, what is this internal meeting or this meeting, this presentation, whatever we get this week from Xbox? When is it happening and what is it going to be? I don't know when it's going to happen. It could happen today. By the time this video is uploaded, this video could be, null and void. I don't think it's going to, because we're almost at lunchtime on Monday. But what I think is going to happen is they're going to say, yes, we are bringing some games to other platforms. Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, maybe some other smaller titles or legacy titles. And I don't know that really diminishes what Xbox is doing all that much, because of the fact that they're already doing this. Ori's already on the Nintendo Switch. Hellblade's already on the Nintendo Switch. Minecraft is on your PlayStation 5. You have to sign into a Microsoft account with these things. Microsoft's been putting their games day and date on PC. Sony sometimes waits a year, or maybe even longer, but it seems like lately they've been waiting a year and then putting their games on PC. Like, it's kind of already happening. The fear, the worry that comes from this situation is that it's going to be a mass exodus, as in, Indiana Jones is on PlayStation 5 day one, because yes, that would diminish the Xbox brand. I definitely feel that way. But if these are later editions, if I could already play this game on my Xbox, like, is it really that big of a deal? And I think it sort of depends on the person. Some people, they're ready to jump ship. They're ready to jump out of the window. The Titanic is sinking. I need a life vest because we're not going to make it off this freaking boat known as Xbox. But I'm definitely not expecting there to be a bunch of doom and gloom at this presentation. If they wanted to do that, why in God's name did they not mention some of this stuff during the developer direct? When you're talking about Disney properties, look at Disney as a company right now. They just invested a shit ton of money into Epic Games because they want representation in Fortnite, like out the wazoo. They want to essentially like take over Fortnite. Disney is a crazy company. When you looked at some of that information that came out in the Insomniac leak that happened, we learned that Spider-Man, you got to sell a bunch of copies to appease Disney. You got to pay a bunch of money to appease Disney. So with Indiana Jones, like, what do you kind of expect? That's a Blade, the same thing. I feel like those games will probably first come on to Xbox and then go on to PlayStation and other places, because you got to sell a certain number of units to make Disney happy. If you piss off the Mickey Mouse and Bob Iger, like, you're gonna be in some trouble, pal. I ain't messing with that mouse. Mice kind of creep me out a little bit. Thankfully my house is clean and there are no mice, but younger RGT definitely lived in some mouse related places. I remember one time, we're just getting off the rails here. If you don't want to hear this story, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Seriously, go check them out. There's nothing wrong with getting mental help. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. But I remember we were having a party at this house that I lived in with like 2 other dudes. And I was wasted, dude. And I heard something in my room and I didn't know if I was tripping or what. And then all of a sudden there was like this loud bang. Like I had this little trash can in my room and there was a loud bang in it. And I freaked out and I ran out of the room and I went and got my housemate who was mid coitus with his girlfriend. I'm like, stop it! Stop it! There's a demon in my room. There's a demon. I need help from the demon. So he like came in there with like a flashlight and a bat, and there was a little mouse in the trash can. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I wasn't trying to ruin your good time, pal. But yeah, I'm not big on mice. What are we talking about? Mickey Mouse? Anyways, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Like I said, seriously, check out BetterHelp if you are dealing with any sort of, you just need someone to talk to. It's definitely a very good service. I have a link in the description box down below. Thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Give me your thoughts and feedback on what you think Xbox will be doing sometime this week. Is it doom and gloom, or is it a little bit more nuanced and people are just overreacting? And as always, thank you for watching this video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm about to get a foot of snow. I'm going to be snowed in for a minute. Later.